Let's step away for a bit of bonus coverage right now. With Hank cheering in the river. Excellent day. Up over 20 pounds again. And Hank, no 8-pounders in the mix there, but man, you got some solid fish in the live well. Tell us how it's gone down today.
Well, taking off this morning, I was talking and I had to decide what I wanted to do, and I know they were calling on the rain and the wind, and I thought that was going to hamper where I planned on going, so I called an audible, went off a gut feeling where I lost the big one yesterday afternoon, and it wasn't fast and furious, but it slow and steady started going down, and it's just one of those days where everything just happened to go exactly right so far.
Hank, I talked to you before this tournament started, and you were itchy, scratchy on Wednesday. You said, why do you have a camera on me? Honestly, why do you have a camera in my boat? What has changed since practice for you?
You know, when I come, I have the notion when the water's cold, the weather's cold, I try to catch them like normal fishing. And when you come to Florida, most of the time, these fish are lethargic, slow, big eaters, and you got to take advantage of windows. You know, and I've been led astray before by keeping a jerk bait in my hand or a spinner bait in my hand and fishing lily pad points on the main river, and I'll get a couple big bites. Well, this time at practice, I hardly even did that. And like I told you, it was a one bite day, and then I caught 4. And I just made myself slow down. I saw the water temperature. I looked at the places where I had bites. I was like, look, they got to be pulling up, and if they're pulling up, they're going to go to these places. And I just put faith in that and told myself I wasn't going to second guess anything. And dude, it's been awesome. I mean, I've left a bunch of fish today just in case I can creep in till tomorrow. Nothing that's going to be any bigger than I think what I already got. It's just the fact that if you sit there and keep catching 3-pounders, that's 15 pounds tomorrow guaranteed. So, I made a move, and as soon as I made a move, I caught 2 more big ones in a different place. So I got a good idea where they're going. I just hope that continues and maybe I get through.
Hank, do you fish more confident? Do you trust your decision making more since you've won the Classic?
I do. Well, I'm going to tell you, I was pretty spun out though about practice, but I just it's been so painstakingly slow for me. I mean, I have been on the trolling motor. I kept it on 2 lines of my Garmin trolling motor. I got everything cut off in the boat, and I have just been putting along, alternating between. I've caught them on a worm. I've caught them on top water. I've caught them on a shock blade. I caught a big one on a crawl. I mean, I'm sitting here right now and I see 2 rolling. I just made myself slow down, and I told myself they got to come this way. They're coming this way. They're coming this way. And the number one thing for me is we haven't seen a boat all day.
Hank, you talked about you sort of let yourself be misled by preconceived notions before you even get to a place. Go a little deeper into that. Tell me how you fight against letting that happen.
Well, you look at the forecast, and we all try to be weatherman before we get here, and you're paying attention. They're going to be doing this, you're going to do that. And then you get here and you see the water temperature so cold, and you start to practice that way. And I learned a long time ago, and I think it was Kevin that said it, you got to practice where they're going, not where they are. That's what you got to figure out. And I keep that in my mind, and I kept it in my mind. Even though practice was terrible and some of my buddies were really catching them, I just kept it in my mind. And when I got those couple bites that last day, it gave me confidence. Hey, maybe you just got to slow down and fish like you're in Florida and not North Carolina.
Have you been able to expand what you've been working, find some more places today, or have you got sufficient?
I haven't even been to where I caught my fish yesterday. We never got that far. It's been I'm telling you, today, if it was just a whirlwind of excitement, high-fiving. A big one that I caught a little while ago, I said I lost it yesterday, and I went creeping back there when the tide was way out, and you got to really finagle your way back there. I just drifted across, and I looked there at 5 feet, and I told my guy, I said, that big sucker's sitting right there. I drifted on by, spun around, First cast, didn't bite it. Second cast, I missed it. Third cast, when it bit, let it swim 5 feet, and I ripped it, and the whole neighborhood went nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, today has just been one of those days. Why you pick up a rod when you're a kid? I mean, you cannot explain. Some of the places I've gotten bit today, I haven't got bit, and all of a sudden, that's when I knew my areas were replenishing, because all of a sudden I'm catching these fresh fish on the way in, where I know where they're going. So I can't imagine what's actually all going back there, because in Florida, you're not going to catch everything. You can't hit every spot. You're definitely not going to catch every fish.
Hank, are you seeing more fish lock on today?
Yeah, but here's the key. The key for me is not necessarily seeing them lock on. I look for movement. I was talking to Hackney about this morning. It was the same thing. You look for that movement, and then you just fish, because the water's so black, you don't really see them. Now, that big one, anybody could have seen it. It was just sitting on the only bright orange spot in the whole place. But most of them, I see them move. I power pole down, and I just start pitching around them, and all of a sudden it just goes doink. Every time it's done that, it's been a good one.
Hank, last question before we let you go. What's your smallest fish in your live well right now of your 5? You don't have a great giant, but what's your smallest?
4 pounds maybe. We've been trying. I've had them on the beam. I had one in my hands that I could barely cradle in my arm, and I got it on my scale, and my scale's telling me it's 310, and I'm like, there's no way. I got brand new scales. Maybe my scales are still confused because they didn't expect this either. I don't know.
Hank, it sounds like a fun day. Everything working out, making all the right moves. Hank, living the dream out there. Our reigning classic champion, Hank Cherry.